It's yours, I assume, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna sit over there looking for you.
Single parent.
Hey everybody, good morning.
Hi.
How y'all doing? What's going on? How y'all doing? Good morning. Praise the Lord. Is he good? Is he good to you? If he good to you, come in there, give me some thumbs up and stuff. You know, our people been coming in a little slow. What's going on? Hey y'all, come on in here. Get on in here. We're starting a little slow and stuff. Rich, I'll take the Mevo home and I'll see what I can do with it. But actually, I was going to try to get another iPhone versus this one.
Okay. So take that one back and get the 7?
Yeah, something like that. The 7 or something.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Hey, we got a surprise for y'all.
Morning.
Single parenthood by choice. Ain't no way in hell.
We got a surprise for y'all. Y'all ain't gonna believe it. Mo Swag is actually here, and she was early.
And she cut her hair.
Uh-huh.
Mo, when you cut your hair?
Yesterday.
Mo is on time with a new dude.
Mo done cut her hair. What's going on, y'all? Good morning, good morning. How y'all doing? Praise the Lord. Y'all come on in, give us some thumbs up, give us some hearts. Make sure you like, share, and follow, and all that good stuff.
Good morning, Arbra, Mr. Marcus.
What is this talking about?
I don't know.
You like to do what you want to do when you want to do. So you suffer consequences.
I guess we gotta put our... Hey, Alicia, thank you so much. What's up, Marcus? Good morning. How y'all doing? Y'all share this broadcast. Make sure you like it and all that other good stuff. What's going on? What's going on?
Drake can sit there. I was gonna let you sit here unless you want to sit there. It don't really matter.
What's going on?
Yeah. Mo Swag is actually on time.
She on time today, everybody.
On time. I was before time.
I don't know why.
Yeah, she was actually early today. She got here before Q.
She sure did. She did.
I stopped and got smoothies and everything and made it from Q.
I love this song. What's the? Oh yeah, we don't own the rights to the music.
I forgot
That y'all
to put
just
that
listen
on
to.
there.
We don't own the rights, all right? We don't own the rights.
I forgot to put that on there.
You can read it.
I can edit
I didn't mean to do
Yeah,
that.
when you edit it.
I didn't mean to start that watch party like that, but that's all right. We can do a watch party. I'm cool. The first
So,
song
TC?
we're listening to is that "That's What Love Can Do" by Robin Thicke.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a song or whatever. So if we got a surprise for y'all a little bit. Y'all come on in, get relaxed and comfortable and all that good stuff. We're about to give you a great show. Listen, thank you guys so much for supporting us last week while we was in the L to the A. We are back in cold Dallas, Texas.
You know what? LA was off the chain.
LA was fun.
I had a ball in LA.
I had a ball in LA
rubbing it
too.
in.
I did. We're not rubbing it in, not like that. We're not rubbing it in.
You ain't got to be rubbing it all in.
We're not rubbing it in. We just,
We're stating facts.
yeah, that's it.
We're stating facts.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We just, we just be stating the fact that we just it's a great time.
Yes, y'all. Come on in the room, everybody's. Roy, what's up, Roy? James Jones Jr.
James Jones Jr.
Jamal. Boy, TC always on. Okay.
See, that's the problem. See, some of these women they come with they come with everything, but they want us to take them as is, but they don't want to but they want us to come with warranties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On some bullshit.
I don't really think I don't even think it'd be bullshit. I just think that as a woman, we just don't want to put up with the stuff we don't want to put up with.
And then you'll get mad at a dude. I don't want to put up with this.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody set in their ways, though.
Yeah, true that.
So,
Especially this one right here.
what I do?
Sit in your ways.
Well, Steven, let me tell you something. With Mo, you just have to just leave her to Jesus.
Oh, I get it. Oh,
Because
stand by.
that's the only one she gonna listen to is the Lord only.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Mo?
And I need to get a word. I need the word. Because like my pastor said, don't come to me saying Jesus told you. Because he gonna talk straight to me.
Don't come to me saying Jesus told
No, I
you.
think it's just
Jesus told you nothing without no biblical proof.
Woo.
That's right.
I got to back
Pastor
it up.
Andrew used to say that.
There we go. Okay.
Y'all
But
straight?
even still, you gotta
You got hey, I can't get off smash the topic.
Okay.
That car
bang it around the
fell.
table.
Okay. Is that the
Oh,
album?
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It fell.
Appreciate you.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, y'all. Facebook, YouTube. We getting ready to go live here in a minute. As always, y'all get to see the behind the scenes. So I got a request to give a shout out
A request. Give a shout out.
to CTC.
CT. Is it the barbecue place?
I don't know.
CTC.
What is that?
What is that? What is CTC?
Somebody tell me what that is.
What's up, everybody? Good morning and welcome to Mash Your Gas Entertainment. This is your boy Q, and I am here with the MTG crew on this morning. Listen, first off, I want to say thank you so much for joining us on today, and I just want to see who's in the playpen with me on this morning. Miss Mo Swag, first of all, good morning.
Good morning, Q and the MTG crew.
You so fake. That was just so fake. I can't do it with you today. I got my boy Hendrix with me on this morning.
What's up?
Well, you know, we gotta put the bed in the center so I can reach the
Right.
bed. Listen, everybody, Miss Sunshine is not here on this morning. Miss Sunshine decided to take a personal day. Take your personal day, Miss Sunshine. I know
Baby, everybody
you
needs their
take your
mental health day, baby, because I'm about to take one too.
Mo, you can't
are
take no
mental
personal
health
day.
day.
Oh, wow.
I always
Mo,
do.
you don't even, you know what? I know at your school they say, you know what? You ain't got no more days but the holidays left. You can't take off no more. You can't even be late no more. So when you need to be here when the school bus, before the school bus,
Before the school bus.
before the school bus, you got to get there, Mo.
Sometimes I be in that parking lot
Just be sitting
Yeah.
and
there.
I
don't
have to
wanna go.
talk to myself. I say, Sel, it's gonna be all right.
But you know what? I used to do that before we would go to school. I'd like just sit there and be like, okay, then got a football game today. Gotta find me something to eat today. Tired today. I gotta meet up with these two chicks after school, so I gotta get the energy
No,
for
mine,
that.
mine,
Oh, Lord.
mine was a little bit more spiritual than that.
That's spiritual, Mo. That is spiritual.
You're talking about sperm and spiritual. We just talking about spiritual. That's all you talking about. That's all we was talking about.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls all around the land in America and beyond that watch the MTG and Mash Gas Entertainment and myself with the crew, you guys know that I love to keep a constant flow of entertainment going on this show because we are as Miss Shimmy just showed me on a Facebook post, we are as fucking is, okay?
And the F word.
And the F word. And the F word. I want to introduce to some, and reintroduce to others. Our new co-host, Miss Shimmy 2.0 is here. She is our new co-host. Listen, let me tell you something. Miss Shimmy is a fool. Don't let this cute face fool you. She is
cute,
crazy.
baby.
And she is cute. Listen, I'm gonna let her tell her own testimony. Tell us about yourself and give us a little bit so everybody can get to know who the hell you is.
Oh Lord, you want a whole testimony? If we doing a spiritual testimony, we doing
More
an
like
earthly.
spiritual testimonies. You know, you can tell you.
Okay,
She gets on me
alright,
about
so-
my cousin. So.
Okay, so I grew up in the church and straight. No. No, I was born and raised in the Dallas area. I've traveled around a little bit. Became a comedian about a year ago. So I've traveled around with that.
Okay.
But I had to bring it ultimately back home. I started in Arizona and I brought it on back home. And I want to say thank you for having faith in me.
Yes, I have complete faith in
And
you.
including me in the show. I don't know how long I'm going to last because Reggie keep touching my leg under this table.
What that mean? Oh,
Listen, let me tell you something.
okay. Cause
I'm
I'm
gonna do the entire show like this.
You know what?
hands up. Well, no, because oh my. Okay.
No, I'm just playing. But comedy is something I've always wanted to do, and someone actually dared me to finally do it. So I did last year. Had my breakout show November 23rd. So I'm actually coming up on my 1-year anniversary.
All right, high five on that thing. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. So I'm looking to get a show together here in Dallas as a welcome home situation. So just look for more things coming from Shimmy. I got the reality show coming up.
The reality show, y'all.
So
Listen, that reality show. I don't know. She ain't asked me to be a friend yet, but I'm gonna see if I can, infringe my way into this friendship.
Well, the reality show, now that I'm the new co-host, gonna have to include.
Well, yeah, you got to come on in here.
Course.
We're gonna put Mo out though when you bring the cameras in, because if she can't act in front of this camera, I don't know how she gonna act in front of that big camera. I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. Well, it's gonna be a lot of cussing, Mo. So I hope you're ready.
She ready? She cuss.
Is you paying?
It's a volunteer back there.
Oh,
You gotta crawl before you walk.
Oh, that means.
We not Hollywood unlocked.
Because I was wondering, do I have to be there on time? Oh, well, I'm good.
That means she ain't coming.
Thanks.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was gonna say either she ain't coming or she gonna be real late. You know.
I'm gonna have to put on the church episode.
You got a craps table?
Oh, that's loud, Landon. Goddamn.
So you want the craps table instead of the church atmosphere?
I'll buy some lottery tickets. I promise you she's gonna be on time.
On Sunday, I don't gamble.
Okay.
Well, it's because the lottery people close on Sundays.
Well, no, at the casino. At the casino, I've been there tapping my foot, talking about, what time is the job? What time? They're like, it's almost 10:30. I'll be in the casino talking about, oh, Lord. Yeah, cause the strict people know. They like, it's 11:30, 11:59. Come on, you got to do it.
Why do I even bother?
Then at 12:01, I'm there, baby.
I'm not a gambler though. I can't gamble.
Well, I don't have a choice.
I go for the buffets.
The buffets.
That too.
Okay.
The buffets.
Crab
the
legs,
buffets.
be fresh. That's the only thing I can do.
Mo, so let me ask you a question.
Hey,
before
we got Tamara on. Good morning, Miss Tamara. Oh, Miriam Barnett. Ooh, I ain't.
What's up, Marion Barnett? How you doing,
I ain't
man?
seen that name in a long time.
Listen, before we really get started off with the show, I just want to say again our condolences on this week for the family and our fellow classmate Roy Kirk.
Yeah.
His funeral is on today. I know his wake was last night at the Calvary Philadelphia Baptist Church, I believe. That church is on Sunnyvale in Oak Cliff, Texas. I don't have the address, but I know if you go to my Facebook page, I think I shared it, and it's a couple of more people that I know shared it. I believe Roy came out in 98, right?
98, yep.
He came out in 98, and I remember Roy being this jokester at the school. You know, I remember him playing pranks in class. That's kind of a couple of things I remember. But other than that, he's kind of quiet. You know, and I just want to say condolences to his family, you know, and condolences to the Justin F. Kimball High School class of 98, because that's another loss that they took this year. Yeah. You know, I think it's like their second real big loss. I mean, every loss is a big loss, right. But, you know, when, who was it that passed? That was not Dwaylen. Was that Dwaylen that passed? What was his name? The guy.
Light-skinned guy. I can't remember his name.
Waylon Biley.
And
Waylon Biley passed away earlier this year. That just kind of took us for a loop. Like I said, Waylon used to be in band. He also played football. And again, we just want to say condolences to his family and to everyone, you know, that's taking part in his service on today. Now, let's go ahead and get started with the show. Now, listen, first of all, I just want to say that I am not responsible for the content that you hear, okay? I'm putting this disclaimer out there because these topics that we got today is good, and then some of them is kind of crazy. So y'all just bear with a brother, you know, as we flow our way through topics, and hopefully our special guest will be here in a little bit, and we'll go ahead and get started, okay? So here we go. First off, let's talk about this, Mo. This is gonna be for you, Mo. Does religion prevent critical thinking? Does religion prevent people from critically thinking? Mo, don't say nothing yet. Let me find the article, Mo. Don't say nothing. Just keep your mouth closed. I don't want to hear nothing from you right now. Just hush. Just hush. I'm going to find the article, Mo, and I'm going to read you just a snippet of the article. Okay, Mo? Is that all right? Is that okay, Mo?
She nodded her head, yes.
Nod your head. Okay, I'm just making sure, Mo, because, you know, you get out of control, you know, and I have to, you know, and I don't want you to run Shimmy off, and she just got here yesterday. So
can't nothing run me off.
I love the Lord.
Can't nothing run me off. I'm a tough little cookie. I can hang.
Good morning, Miss. Oh, I'm just gonna say good morning, Tamara. She's on. Tamara with sweets. Infuse me with sweets.
Miss Peaches, hey, Miss Peaches. You ready to come back, Miss Peaches? We ready to come. I'm ready for you to come back so I can get some of that more infused peach cobbler. That's what I want, Miss Peaches. Miss Peaches had the infused peach cobbler. I was so drunk I didn't know what to do with myself. Oh yeah, you gotta have Miss Peaches stuff. Oh yeah, we gonna bring it back. So real quick, according to True Dreads with the Z.com, this is an actual website that a lot of black celebrities and stuff like they are in a lot of time. It says here, blind faith in religion destroys our ability to critically think for ourselves. A lot of people get very emotional when it comes to discussing religion or the topic or concept of just who or what God is. This subject typically invokes a deep sense of passion amongst people willing to participate in this discussion. Sometimes the passion and emotion amongst the participants are often controlled and credible and verifiable information. However, it is also able to be exchanged. And I'm going to skip down a little bit. It says here, check this out. The loyalty to a group, according to the church, is a good thing. It says, in fact, if you think about it, people are more allegiance to groups, for example, fraternities, orders, and the dogmas, creeds, and ideologies that's held within those undermining progresses of mankind for centuries, especially with African Americans.
What's the question?
Do you think that people follow religion versus using their own critical thinking? Now I'm not going to say that applies to all. I will say that does apply to a lot, because I hear often and a whole lot of times people forego their own needs to satisfy the church.
Right.
For example, I'm guilty of it. Y'all call me retarded, but I remember, they say, you have to go ahead and make sure you pay this and you pay that. And one time I was like, well, I don't know, I'm gonna pay my car note. Well, I paid my car note the next week, but I had to pay the late fee to come with it. And then I realized, like, okay, but y'all lights still on, and y'all wasn't late this month. I was late this month. And so what I'm saying is a lot of times a lot of people, they get in positions to where they put the church in God's place instead of taking care of themselves. And any pastor that takes someone's money that's over in abundance of what they need for their homes, I think is need to take another look at how they're doing things. And not only that, I do believe that you do give a sacrifice. Like, for example, you feeding the homeless, or you giving to something above and coming out of your own self or your own sacrifice. I think that's good. Even, you know what, I did this one time. And I know I didn't have it, but this woman that was at the church, she had lost her house to a fire. I just gave her $50. I ain't have but 2 of them 50s in my pocket, but I gave her one because I was like, oh man, she need this more than me. That's what I look at as a sacrifice. Giving to some that don't have. I look at it like that, or whatever. That's going to, hit me a little bit. So what you think about that, Mo? Because, you church lady, the bunch. You love the Lord. He heard your cry. Yeah. Yeah.
We're not singing that along with you.
That is a long
We're going to be
song.
here too.
Well, I think you have to understand that they're narrow-minded pastors, churches, dogmas, and religions. And those who follow those narrow-minded people typically are not well-read. So their critical thinking skills are going to be amiss.
You know what? You hit the nail on the head, because Mo, and this is no dig at anybody, but the reason why religion, I'm saying religion, not spirituality, I'm separating the two, but the reason why some people's traditional ways get people in such cave-minded mentality, Mo, is because they don't read. And Mo, and you know what? Don't get me wrong. The Bible is an instrument that people use to help grow. However, I think that we should do more research. You should do the historical principles. If you study the Bible, you should study the Quran. If you study the Bible, you should study, any aspect of religion. Why not read about Hinduism and Catholicism? You have to be able to know what you're getting yourself into.
Right.
It's not just about, making sure that your soul is saved, is what everybody's saying, but it's about knowing God in a way that you know God for yourself.
Your own understanding.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, let me break it down and give you a real life example. On TV, on The View, Sherry Shepherd. So you remember when they were talking, you know, she's supposed to be deeply religious, which I don't doubt her faith. And Whoopi Goldberg asked her, she said, do you believe Jesus walked when the Romans were here? And she said no.
Okay.
Now, in order for her, it's just so sad. Because I can tell that she did not read the Bible that she professes and follow the religious dogma that she professes to do. Mm-hmm. Had she done that, you can't say the Jews killed Jesus.
Okay.
It was the Romans. So if the Romans killed Jesus, that means the Romans were there. So she didn't read that part of the Bible, which is, if you were a Christian, that's kind of most important.
Well,
right? When they hung them up.
I'm trying to figure out how you not read that portion, because that's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John in the New Testament. They tell the same story from multiple perspectives. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to figure out how you missed that part, because that's a good 4 books of the Bible that you just missed.
And what's so frightening about it is, this is not somebody off the street who come out, I love the Lord. Mm-hmm. Right. This is somebody who says they profess their faith over and over and over, which I'm not saying you can't. Right. But you got to read the Bible. You said the books is Genesis, the first one, and then that last one is Revelations, and they got all the books in between. Right. Mm-hmm. They got 66. We ain't talking about the lost ones, but there's a whole nother story. Because if you didn't read the ones in the one that King James, the one who didn't like blacks, the one who didn't like gays, but he was gay. Thanks. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens. A lot of us who don't like homosexuals are the main ones who be slipping and dipping. Yeah. You know? A lot of us who don't like black folk are the same ones who be getting the perm to get the hair curly and be in the suntan and be getting injections in our lips and our butts. But they don't like the colored people.
They
don't like the colored people. The main ones don't want no immigrants from Mexico over here, but be the first one in the damn Mexican restaurant.
Nah, they got a whole team of them that work for them.
Yeah, and be the first one going to the Mexican restaurant, and then be the first one to talk about, oh, I'm gonna hire somebody to clean my house. And now, if you were truly, and then I want somebody to take care of my child. Now, if you were truly anti-immigrant, right? You know, anti-illegal immigrant, because ain't nobody gonna work for you $8 an hour. Take care of your child and be legal.
And be legal.
So you just have to study to show yourself approved across the board. It doesn't matter about religion, but those people, those narrow-minded people, I have to run from, because they talking about the Jews killed Jesus. I said no, he was the main one. Said I don't think y'all want to do this. He said it 3 times, but you know what? They don't read that book because Joel Osteen didn't tell them. Joel Osteen told them to read the How to Be Happy.
That's all right. Kanye finna tell them on Sunday.
And how to have
tomorrow. Kanye gonna be right there.
How to have Kanye over to the church.
Yeah, and see.
I know his dad is rolling over.
Kanye, they gonna be at Joel Osteen church tomorrow. Joel Osteen gonna pay him, I think it said $30,000 or something like that for him and his choir to come.
Yeah.
So Kanye was actually at Harris County this morning.
I just saw that. So
Kanye's in Texas. In other words,
Gilligaff.
Don't you see the sky turning red here?
Let's get back on topic and talk about these. Does religion prevent critical thinking? I say yes. And I'll tell you exactly why. Because if you actually sit down and read your Bible, a lot of this stuff don't make sense.
No.
I'm just saying. It don't make no sense.
Well, it's not in chronological order anyway.
No, I'm not saying
that
part.
I understand. How she got pregnant without having sex.
Well, you know, I'm not gonna go there because.
And then her dude stood by. I don't know who he was.
But you know what? What's funny is that in every major religion, there is a story of a virgin woman, virgin birth.
And the reason they do it like that is because they wanted to be so pure, so obscene that they follow it. It's not so out of the ordinary. No. Because all I know is birth.
Not necessarily a pregnancy. So some of it has happened where, like if you look at the Greeks, they talk about how Zeus would come down in the form of an animal, and in a woman's dreams he would have sex with her and then make her pregnant. So that's how a lot of the guys did it. So when you ended up, it's kind of like a transition from pagan to Christianity. It made the transition easier Because there's no, again, some people gonna get mad at me, but Jesus' birthday is not in December.
We know that.
People should know that anyway.
They should.
They should know that.
Well,
She was froze to death.
Right.
Trying to have a baby in Israeli in Jerusalem, Israel's winters.
Right.
You know, and back then, of course, you know, it was nothing available but a hay bale, you know, and a darn light bulb. I mean, a darn light that they had to stick up in the corner sometimes.
Right. That ain't gonna keep nobody warm.
Yeah. So.
Well, I just live in Psalms. I just stay in Psalms.
You like palms.
I'm just gonna stay right in Psalms. I don't go a whole lot further than that because why? I need a lot of help and prayer on how to be a virtuous woman, and my granny preaching to me 24/7. I need you to be a virtuous. Okay, I'm just gonna live in Psalms. I've been living in Psalms for 37 years. Don't judge me. Judge your mom. Okay, don't judge me.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, when we leave, probably maybe later on, I'll be woke later on. But later on, what I'll probably do is I will send you, because I've done a whole.
Don't send me that.
I got a whole.
Don't send me that on Saturday.
Not on Saturday?
You can send it tomorrow.
Send it tomorrow, but not on Saturday.
I'm only a saint on Sunday.
On Sundays, okay, that'll work.
Every other day of the week. Saturday is an extra sin.
Well, I support my saints every day of the week.
I don't know why we do that either, but all right.
I support my saints.
So I'm gonna send you
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'm gonna send you something tomorrow about being a virtuous woman. I have a couple of things I can give you, and then, you know, it's just gonna probably reiterate what your grandma be saying, but then, you know, hey, that's what we're gonna do. But real quick, it's break time. It's break time, and Miss Shimmy, you gonna take us to our first break today? Do you need? You don't want to?
Mm-mm.
Why you don't want to?
I'm a heathen. Didn't you just hear me say I'm a heathen? Every day but Sunday.
But this ain't got nothing to do with the church house.
That's following directions. Heathens don't follow directions.
Yes,
I got it.
No, we good. We good.
Okay, go ahead and take us a break.
All right, go on a break. Let's see what we got. Leave Me Alone by Flip De Niro. I really don't write this song, but it's on here, so we're going to roll with it. All right, Hot Girl Summer in the winter. Megan Thee Stallion. Why is we Hot Girl Summer in the winter?
We'll get to
Okay, by Megan Thee Stallion, Nicki Minaj, Ty Dolla $ign. I like him. I saw him in concert. He's good. And Envy Me by Cowboy. I don't know who that is.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right. And we don't own the rights to any music being played.
We don't?
Yeah.
That's all right. I will one day, though.
So, absolutely.
Yeah, because that whole Hot Girl song, it was cold the other day, and the poll question was...
Oh, yeah, I didn't get that. I didn't get the
How
poll
did you
question.
even put it up?
Yeah.
They had the option on there? On your tablet? I'm just have to start sending my poll questions to you because I can't get them.
I didn't see it.
Not even on my computer, I can't get the poll questions.
Interesting.
On my tablet, it worked, no problem.
What's up, Kevin? Good morning. Hey, Denithia, what's up? We need to finish our conversation.
Oh, like the conversation from the other day that you never called me back about?
You gonna get used to that. You just getting into the show. He'll say he gonna call you. Then when he actually call you, be like 4 or 5 days later.
We had already talked. For about almost an hour.
We did. We talked about an hour after the phone conference. And then I don't know what happened.
Your mama called.
I talked to my mama, and we started talking and gossiping, and then that's all.
Don't you know gossiping is a sin, Pastor?
No, actually, gossiping is not the sin; it's the intent. That was between me and my mama, so I know it ain't going nowhere.
My mama I'm coming right over tomorrow because I want to know the whole gossip.
Me and my mama, we are so funny, and shout out to my family. Rest in peace, my Aunt Bunny. We lost my auntie.
Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, but we appreciate it. But my family grieves so funny. They are funny people when they grieve, and we were talking a little bit about my auntie and stuff like that. My mom was kind of reminiscing with me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to tell her testimony or nothing like that or whatever. But because that's between her and my aunt. But one thing that I would say is that my auntie was very, 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 very private.
I don't like them kind of
like very hugely private. Like hugely private. And it's kind of crazy, when, your family is so private, because that's how we were kind of raised, though. Grandma, you know you raised, and you was go in this house, stay in this house, you don't tell nobody nothing, don't go in this house. That's what you do.
I don't like that, though.
That's where we raised, baby. And so that kind of just trickled down for all of us. And I got a chance to talk to my cousin the other day, her son. And
while y'all talking about that, I'ma just ask these women, since this hot girl summer playing, how many of y'all motherfuckers was cold getting out there having to pump gas? I'm just saying.
I don't pump gas. I just stand in front of my car and people
let
think
me
I'm
make
really
it
cute.
from what, Arbor? What I do now? What I do?
I'ma just say, yeah, it's a lot of people. So we had the poll question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the poll question: how many of y'all looking for a good man to pump gas in this cold weather after you had a hot girl summer? 43% of the women said yes, please.
Oh.
Now 57% said no, I still got it. Now I'm thinking that of them, that 57%, I think about half of them may have gotten gas early in the week.
When the sun was up.
Yeah, when the sun was up and it was still warm. So I think they may have gassed up on Sunday and didn't have to get gas till it got back warm again. But I say about that 43% said yes, please. Yeah, they know. They need a good man.
You know,
I think every woman needs a good man.
Mm-hmm.
I think every man needs a good woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe ratchet people
Need
should only
ratchet
be with ratchet people.
But, you know what?
But even in the ratchetness,
Mm-hmm.
every woman still deserves a good man. Because she can't be ratchet 24/7.
what's HGS?
HGS.
What's HGS? Arbor, I said, Arbor, what I do? She said, I didn't have a HGS. What's HGS, Arbor?
That's new.
You have to understand, as much as we love y'all know it's Saturday morning. Y'all know people brain don't function all the way through.
I don't even know how Arbor know it. She just right in the age group with us. I don't know no acronyms or nothing.
See, now you
Outside of
ashamed.
LOL, laugh my ass off and shake my head.
You don't know all the rest of them?
I see.
I like OIC.
You don't know OMW? WYD?
OMW.
That means you ain't got no
way.
women, Reggie. If you sitting here don't know what WYD and OMW is. What
Two
you
separate
doing?
conversations. Okay, is that a
my
conversation
way.
we have to have, Arbor? Like offline conversation? Mo is bouncing this morning.
Nethia on her hot girl summer still.
Okay, so
Mo look like
do
she's
me a
still
favor,
in the midst
Mo.
of hers. Over
Do me a
there
favor, Mo.
going in.
Since Dre's not here, let's go around a little bit, just a little bit.
Really?
Just
Look, you know what? I know we got people out there, and I love y'all, but y'all know we got the show. Why you calling me on my phone?
They want to talk to you.
During the middle of the show.
People do me
They
all
wanna
that
be on
all
air.
the time. I'm just like,
They want to be on air. They want to know. They
Yeah.
want to know everything you're doing. They want to get their little shout outs too, and everything. See, because when you come up, they come up. Because they gonna say, y'all remember that one time when he was on the phone with me on the show, and y'all heard me on the phone?
Hot girl
That's
summer. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why.
Thank you so much, Denithia. Okay, thank
I
you.
couldn't have a hot girl summer. I wish I could.
Yeah, thank you, Arbor, for taking up for me. Yeah, y'all lay off of me, man.
I didn't have a hot girl summer.
I definitely didn't. I attempted a hot girl summer. Somebody shut that down real fast. I was like, okay, well, I don't know how you do that from thousands of miles away in an 18-wheeler, but it is what it is.
Hey, Erica.
Is it still in the white? Is it? Can you see this?
No, I just see your chair.
I know that, Denithia. I know you. I said HGS is hot girl summer. I said that, and I gave you props.
Can you see me?
Oh. You sound like you upset with that comment, kid.
Which one?
The one you just gave.
Denithia giving me hell.
I don't think she really giving you hell. I think she just kind of poking fun a little bit.
Denithia giving me hell.
Oh.
How many songs we play on this one? Three.
Three.
Was that the second song or the third one?
That's the third
Stand
song.
by.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry. I am sorry. Listen, welcome back everybody. Again, welcome to Master Gas Entertainment. If you want to join the conversation, the phone number to reach us is 214-717-4827. That is the Side B hotline for the next hour and a half. Now listen, we're gonna get back into our conversations. Let's talk about real quick, the rabbi spreading the itchy scratches.
Oh.
So without going to the article, I can summarize this without even reading it. But what it is when, according to Jewish custom, you guys know that when a male child is born, it is to be circumcised, I believe, on the 7th day, okay, of the child's birth. What happens happens is that rabbis, what they do is they physically circumcise the boys. When they circumcise the boys, they are supposed to suck the blood out of the the baby's penis to help it close or start the healing process. The problem is the rabbi that was helping the babies gave 17 of them herpes.
That's why I ain't Jewish.
The itchy scratches.
That's exactly why I'm not Jewish.
See? 17 babies. 17. How, first
I
off,
don't want nobody on my baby's thing. Ever.
Well, you know, that's their custom. And
even when he 40, and I don't want nobody on the thing.
And you know, and you know, I have a couple of Jewish friends, you know, and they are very, very, very serious about being buried with your family in a Jewish cemetery, because they do believe you have to be buried in a Jewish cemetery in order for you to get to heaven. That is their belief. You have to be purified and all this kind of stuff. And circumcision is a part of that. Of course, we biblically, you know, Jews did circumcision and all this kind of stuff. But what happens is that this is what they believe in. So the rabbi, I don't think he meant to do it. But my question is, who gave the rabbi herpes?
Aren't the rabbis supposed to be chaste?
But ain't it one rabbi that's giving it to him?
It's just that one. It's that one.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's one, but he gave it to 17 babies.
I got the rabbis and the priests mixed up. So that's my
Well, but you know, herpes can be spread to a baby. So he could have got it from one of them babies and don't know. Too.
Ooh, bless their heart.
So, I mean, if you know the background as far as, you know, how you can contract the disease, it could have been given either way. So he could have been chased and have gotten it from one of those babies. They mom and daddy passed it along. You know, it could be passed just like HIV.
That is true. And I just want to say, let's let y'all. You know, I really wish there was a cure for a lot of this stuff. I hear that there is a cure for HIV, but of course people don't have the money.
Some people got to learn to listen.
But that's their religion, though.
But what I'm saying is, if you out here having a hot girl summer, and you know what I'm saying, you need to learn your lesson. That's one thing that, as a human race, that is something that, you know, I don't agree with us having diseases and terminal diseases and things like that. I just think that's all just crazy. But sometimes you gotta learn a lesson. You done been around with 40 and 50 men. You need to sit down. Same with a man. You out here having sex. That one man that had sex with 600 women.
Yeah,
you know,
I
and you just
that.
said passing on and you know what I'm saying? Passing on diseases.
But why are we not protecting ourselves?
That's the bigger question.
What's going on? Now listen, okay, y'all, you know, we grown here, you know, and I mean, I have, you know, did some things, and I wasn't always careful. And I understand that, you know, having sex, you know, the natural way, we'll do like that for better lack of words, you know, feels good, it's gratifying, satisfying, tastes good, feels good, whatever kind of good it is.
Trojan cells feel like skin condoms.
But you do have the Trojans, and you do have the sensitive kind, and the ladies, y'all have condoms and all this kind of stuff. But listen, let me tell y'all something. Can y'all do yourselves a favor and put on some condoms? Because listen, if you know, I know married people that use condoms because, you know, they're not trying to get pregnant or anything like that. Doesn't mean that they don't trust their spouse. But I know people, you know, that are in committed relationships that still use rubbers. So my thing is, you know, and I do know that there's such things, herpes of the mouth. Yes. I do know that as well. So they never clarified in the article if it was genital herpes or nothing. But
even with herpes of the mouth, that is the most common one, and we all carry that. Everybody carries it. The herpes so while you out here judging somebody for having a cold sore, you could have the same thing, because everybody carries that, regardless of who you are. So, I mean, it's just a concept of he could have had a cold sore at one point in time, you know, and didn't realize it. So we can't just say it was because he wasn't chaste. Just as simple as that. So it could have been an innocent. It could have been an innocent mistake too.
Here's my problem. I understand that there are traditions and there's laws, and I get that. But at some point, you gotta evolve.
True.
And that's all I'm gonna say. You have to evolve at some point, whether it's your religion or your personal life, because the moment you stop evolving and growing, you start to die.
Right.
That's right.
So to me, this is one of those traditions that needs to be looked at very closely, because perfect example.
In light of just this situation, should
Yeah.
be a perfect example.
Right, but just so some people understand, if you are used to having your own farm, and let's just say you grow cattle, you raise cattle, you herd them to eat and all that stuff, that's beautiful. You know how much a butcher make versus you can go and get a whole bunch, you get your whole herd slaughtered for less than you can pay a butcher? Advance.
Right.
There's better ways to do things. There's easier ways. There's more efficient ways to do things. Because I'm sorry, you can get circumcised in a hospital when you're born.
So he's born.
Snip, snip, done.
Yeah.
Out of there.
But that goes back kind of to the other week when we had the conversation about religion, customs, and traits. And like Q was saying, it's a custom. And there are so many people that only know their custom.
Way, yeah.
Right.
That goes back to the first topic.
Right.
Of critical thinking.
No critical thinking skills.
Right.
Stay gone.
So y'all said Jews ain't using critical thinking skills.
But they got their money down though.
Yeah, but they got 17 babies, now they got herpes.
That's true.
Yeah,
These babies haven't even begun to live.
Let's try it.
Go ahead, Mom.
The article. What was the magazine? What's the publication?
Well, I done moved on from that. I done moved on because we about to.
Next time, look at the publication. Anytime you see a lot of articles on an article that's condescending or bringing something out like that of the Jewish faith, look and see who wrote it. Look and see if not one of Trump folk.
Well,
I mean,
because I can guarantee you is this: the rabbi has at least one or two doctors in the synagogue or the temple that he's over.
More than that.
I know. I'm just saying.
At least.
I'm low ball.
And Jewish doctors are really some of the best doctors in the country, in the world.
That is why I'm wondering who wrote the article and in what context.
Okay, let me look, Mo.
Because let me tell you this: if you got HIPAA, how in the hell do you know it's 17?
Facts.
See, that is why I don't believe her.
Okay, and there goes your critical
thinking skills. Ain't no way.
Right.
Ain't no way in 2019, that you're going to have a temple or a synagogue without a Jewish doctor who would say, you know what, we need to look into this, or trying to different, or maybe there are procedures and processes we need to set up to prevent this. It's already been thought of. So anytime I read any literature that's condescending, belittling, or belligerent to Jewish people, I always have to consider the source. My mom said, consider the source. So I got to figure out who wrote that.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to say, how you get 17? How did you get that number?
I know he didn't do all them 17 babies in the same day.
No. And here's the thing. Where there may be a HIPAA wall that's blocked, Jewish records of circumcision are not.
No, they're not. But all they talk about is who circumcised when. And they don't talk about blood type. They don't talk, because the Tay-Sachs hadn't been done by then. You said the 7th day to the 6th day.
Yeah.
And so they have to do the bris. So I don't know where they got this information from, because the medical information is supposed to be
private.
Yeah.
Well, let me see if I can dig some more up on this story, and let's just see, and maybe we can get like the name of the synagogue, and maybe kind of dig a little bit, see if that's really true.
I bet you there's somebody with a Confederate flag.
Well, let's move on.
You do that work. That's too deep for me.
That's too deep for you. I'm nosy.
But it ain't even that. To me, it just, anything that concerns babies. You know what I'm saying?
They know it's gonna get a lot of attention.
Yeah, and I mean, but it's just kind of concerning to me.
Right.
Like kids being, multiple kids being kidnapped, being used for sex, stuff like that breaks me down as a human. And like, how can we be so careless with our kids?
Denithia says, not everyone who contracts diseases are sleeping around. I know a woman who caught HIV from her husband because he was cheating. Well, let me tell you. Now, I agree with that, Denithia. Because people can catch HIV through needles, needle transmission. Right. Babies that may be born from parents that may have HIV. I mean, from a lady that have HIV, they usually go as a cesarean section to keep them from passing through the vagina cavity. They do a lot to try to make sure that these babies are okay. Now, as far as spreading, itchy scratches, HIV, gonorrhea, syphilis, the claps, anything,
This boy said the claps.
Y'all know chlamydia is the claps. Y'all know chlamydia.
I don't, because I don't have those things.
It's single.
Oh, the clap.
I don't have those things.
I've never experienced those things. No,
so
none of that.
Those things, can happen during cheating, but they also, just like you said earlier, those are lessons sometimes that we have to learn. Because unfortunately, people, they do what they do and they don't do it responsibly. Right. All I say is just protect yourself and put something on best you can.
I think that people that spread those things, there should be some sort of punishment, especially if you do it knowingly. Mm-hmm. Like people that have HIV and AIDS, I honestly believe you should go to jail and not come out no more.
It's called attempted murder.
Right.
Yeah, they have it classified as attempted murder if you knowingly.
It's something that's terminal.
Mm-hmm. And I know that with HIPAA, now that's a whole other conversation too, because I know with HIPAA, because it is so tight-lipped, a person with HIV morally should tell you that they're infected.
Right.
But legally, they don't have to. If you are a person that's HIV positive, or whatever the case it is, and listen, y'all, I'm not being funny when I talk about anybody positive or any person that carries the HIV virus. What I'm saying is, you can be on PrEP or whatever the case it is, and you can even test undetectable. I know a lot about HIV because I've worked with a lot of people with HIV before. But the thing is that you should do your best to protect yourself, whether or regardless if a person says that they are undetectable, even though according to medical science that if you're undetectable, you cannot spread it. Mm-hmm. So do yourself a favor and protect yourself. Even with the spread of herpes, they say that you can't spread it. You can't spread it if you hadn't had a breakout or something like that. Protect yourself at all times. Make sure that you do that. And and if you run across somebody that you with and they give you something or whatever the case it is, after you consult with your doctor and get the knowledge that you need, then I'm going to let you use your best judgment to see if you're going to stay there or not. Because that's going to be my next question. Let's move along real quick. We just left Los Angeles last weekend. And real quick, I just want to say and talk about the California shooting that have left 2 students dead. Authorities in Los Angeles, California responded Thursday morning to reports of shots being fired at Saugus High School in Santa Clarita. An Asian male suspect wearing all black is still at large. Really? This is the arc of a phone. So it's 3 people that passed. Did they catch the guy?
Yeah, he died.
Yeah, he attempted to kill himself.
Okay.
And they said he was in critical condition. The last article that I read.
And he's Asian?
He died this morning.
Oh, he did die this morning.
And this guy's Asian?
Yeah.
So
my thing is, just kill yourself. You ain't got to kill everybody else.
On his birthday.
So, wait a minute. When did the Asian people start shooting up schools?
When they came to America.
Wait a minute. What about Virginia Tech? He was Asian.
Was he Asian too?
And he killed up 33 folks.
Wow. I did not know. I thought that man was mixed descent. I really did. I thought he was mixed. Okay, so anyway, as you guys got the updates, it's 3 dead, and of course the person or the shooter has gone on in to whatever God he believed in. So shout out.
If he around here killing people, he don't believe. I'm just sorry, because the Bible that I read says you're going straight to hell. I don't want to go to hell, so I ain't gonna. Just why?
The Bible.
Why? That's the other part of the Bible I read.
Which one?
Besides Psalms, I read about murder and suicide.
Oh, so you was in the Old Testament, then you went to the middle, then the New Testament, then back to the middle, then the Old Testament.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm with you. Listen,
That's
shout
the best
out.
way to sleep. Read your Bible, we're gonna go right out.
Shout out to the Sagas High School in Santa Clarita, California. Listen, we're praying for your families.
Yes.
This is really, really sad. Listen, our children shouldn't have to go to school worrying about gunshots. You know, and I agree. We was talking about this in LA, you know, where, you know, kids are learning life skills now instead of learning how to count.
Yep.
You know, they learning how to duck and dodge, you know, instead of learning how to, you know, have the
That's
safety
scary,
drills
though.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's scary.
And see, and remember, we had a Lyft driver that told us about his experience in Texas, in Arlington actually, where, you know, him and his buddies were rolling around. They had California plates, and a guy with a Confederate flag in a pickup truck, was kind of, you know, having a little road rage. We'll call it that way. That's the best way to say it. And he pulled out a revolver on him. And, you know, I basically told him, it's like, dude, the only reason he was messing with you was because you had them California plates on your car. Because everybody know, mess with a brother like that on a back street, chances are, especially with Texas, chances are he's strapped.
Right.
So it ain't going to happen. He had the gall enough to do it because he knew he could get away with it. Because I told him, if that had been one of us driving around in Arlington late night, there was no way he would have done that.
Yeah.
No way.
Right.
Because he already know. In Texas, Playboy, you pull your, you best believe I got mine too, so bring it. If you ain't gonna use it, don't pull it.
Absolutely. Shout out to the Real Honey P. What's up, bro? Thanks so much for joining. He said they talked bad about schools in LA for adding metal detectors years ago, saying that's for those animals, but there has never been a mass shooting in the LA inner city schools. Listen, let me tell you something, bro.
I'm putting that past nobody.
When we was growing up in the 90s, we had metal detectors.
Yep.
You know, before you could even go into school, they patting you down, looking in your backpack. Wasn't that because we was scared about somebody shooting, but we could use anything possible at our expense. We had shootings around the school now.
Right.
You know, we did, you know, because we, grew up in Oak Cliff, and you know, you hear a gunshot at the school, everybody be on the ground for a second, then be like, oh shit, that's normal, keep going on with the day.
Right.
You know, and so you know, we had metal
never had
detectors.
any problems with guns when we was in school.
Not with guns, knives, man.
Knives,
yeah.
A couple people got stabbed and shanked,
Yeah.
but shot.
I don't know, they can get
Not
shot.
at school.
Not at school.
Yeah, not at school.
Oh, not at.
Not at school. Keyword not on school property.
Right.
Well, these kids now, they're again are a different breed. You know,
They soft and want to be hard.
Right, and they just want to take a life. You know what I'm saying? Just because
Right.
you looked at me wrong. You know how people have looked at me wrong in my lifetime?
I'm just tell you right now, a lot of these youngsters are punks, and they run up on us old school cats thinking we punks. Don't let the shirt and the tie fool you, Playboy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a punk. I ain't gonna commit no crime because they don't serve ice cream in jail. So
I'm not saying you don't have to be a punk to protect yourself. And this is one thing I found out very early in life. I don't like fighting. I do not like fighting, but I'm heavy-handed, and I get it from my dad. I am very heavy-handed, and
your hands don't look like they heavy, Rich.
I got
they a little bigger than mine.
I got salt, and I take care of myself now. I got to take care of myself, you know. Yeah.
I gotta get to the damn bed.
Yeah. I gotta take care of myself. But
put your hands up, Rich, so I can see. He got very delicate fingers.
Yeah, but no, I take care of myself. I moisturize. I exfoliate. I'm sorry.
Taylor Green say they soft.
Oh, Taylor, what you know about these hands? They soft.
Oh,
man.
We gonna talk later, Taylor.
What's up,
Hit me on the inbox, Taylor.
Yeah. Anyway,
but
no, what I'm saying is these youngsters get confused and they'll run up on a old head and not knowing that, dude, do you know what I did back in the day?
Yeah.
You letting this outer presence fool you, cause best believe. You know, you might see me in a shirt and a tie, but Playboy, trust and believe, you come with it. Yeah, you might have to have your jaw wired shut.
Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
I'm just saying, like, And the funny part is, when you go to a school like Kimball, everybody, now you may not be the best fighter,
right?
But everybody can hold their own. So you go to another school, you come from the K, you go to a school like, Plano East or something like that. After coming from Kimball,
they scared of you.
Oh, they scared of you.
I was terrified. I went to see the hill, Kimball. I was terrified.
No, I understand. I came from Lakeview, so I got it when I came in. But then, just because I knew so many people already at the K, it wasn't like I was walking in knowing nobody. But I was ready to box because I got suspended out in the white school district because a dude marked on my shirt that my grandmother bought me. He took a Sharpie.
But see, that's fighting though.
That's a whole fight word.
Because I'm saying, when it's different. I mean, mom and dad is cool when mom and dad do something for you. Right. But see, when granny do something for you,
yes.
My grandmama gave me that chain.
Man, my grandmama gave me that chain, man.
Look, I'm gonna tell you.
Grandmama gave it to me.
They were surprised because at that point I had never had a fight. I've never gotten in any major trouble. Little stupid stuff like being late for class, stuff like that. No big. Right. But my coaches found out that I had that fight, and they was just like, "You had a fight? So what happened?"
I got that. Yeah.
And this is what anybody that knows me knows. If I'm fighting, somebody had to do something to really trigger and set me off. Because I don't like to fight. I usually try and keep the peace. But Playboy, you bring it.
Yeah. Well, Hunter P said, you used to be able to identify who's affiliated back in the 90s. Now the bankers are all wearing girls' clothes. Well,
that's true. That is true.
They're wearing skinny jeans now.
They wearing skinny jeans.
They got the skinny jeans
and they sagging. And it's just like, dude, I don't know.
How do you sag in skinny jeans?
I'm trying to figure out how your nuts breathe.
You know what? Let me say this. I do like some of the skinny jeans, the ones that actually fit you by the ankles. I can wear those because I think I got little bitty legs anyway. And then plus I don't like a lot of baggy clothes on my legs anyway, so I could probably do that. Maybe like some sweats or something like that. I could do that. But having pants fucking up my scrotum and all kind of stuff, and then have the audacity to pull your pants down where it's cutting off your waist circulation.
Right.
I can't do
I don't understand that. How do you do that?
Bruh,
and I can't wear skinny jeans. I have ankles at the end of the day.
Yeah.
See, I'm trying to tell you.
And fellas, look, if I can see your keys in your pocket, your pants are too tight. If you can see your phone in your front pocket, your pants are way too tight.
But that's Lil Wayne's fault. I'm just gonna blame it on him because that's the first band that had some skinny jeans on, and it's been
skinny jeans and Vans.
Yep.
Lil Wayne, you're right.
So
and Wayne didn't even I don't know where he got it from because back in the day when he was like 13, 14, when he first started dropping albums, he was wearing baggy stuff.
Right.
I don't know, and he's the only one of the hot boys that do it.
Well, he done left us alone. He went to the super light bright side. So.
But you know what? No, I think Wayne has done like a lot of other artists because everybody looks at Andre 3000 a little strange too.
I know.
But I like his style.
I love Andre 3000.
I like his style.
Andre 3000, he's unique. He has his own. But it's you can track where he's coming from. You may not agree, but you can see the old school influences on some of his outfits. Now, granted, again, I don't always like what he wear, but it's like, okay, I can follow where you got that from. Lil Wayne, bruh, you from New Orleans, bruh.
He a Martian. He not from this world.
I don't know.
So let's go to break real quick, and we'll continue this conversation real quick. It's Reggie's time to take us to break, but when we come back from break, we got a couple of things we need to talk about. But I ran across something real quick that says, science says men are happier with chubby women. Is that true?
So
very much.
So we're gonna go to break real quick, and we're gonna listen to "Commitment" by Monica and 112's Tonight. Woo! Oh, yeah, we'll be back. Yeah, boy, I'm telling you right now. I like Dre. I don't know Andre 3000,
but you know I can rock with him because some me and my best friend was talking, and she was like, Well, if you put Andre 3000 in the category, you might as well put Pharrell in the same category. I say at times maybe, but Andre 3000 is not gonna wear a big ass curtain and say that that's the new masculinity.
That's the dress.
Now what I say, as far as a suit is concerned, my favorite outfit of Andre 3000 when he was wearing that plaid suit. It was green and black with the white hat with the long feather coming out.
Oh, I remember that.
That hat was so sick, but I would have never worn it because I'm not that bold.
Right.
Pharrell wears loud colors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He real flashy, loud, and unique. He's quite different. But I rocks with Andre 3000 all day long, especially that double-breasted suit that he got, that peach one.
When he pulled his hair out, I loved him.
I'll give it to him when he did that "I Choose You" video where he was rocking the kilt.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, he pulled that off.
Everybody, are y'all sharing? What's up, cuz? Make sure y'all share. Boom. I'm going to wave at you. Thank you very much. I'm going to wave at you and do like this.
Giving everybody their props.
Yeah, I'm talking about the scrotum, Denithia. You gonna squeeze my scrotum in these tight ass pants.
Anybody else get weird calls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing the show.
I don't know who in San Antonio. I've been getting this San Antonio call for about a week. I don't even know anybody in San Antonio.
Hey Ivan, how you doing? Well, it ain't letting me wave at all of y'all, but thank y'all so much. I'm waving like that. Make sure you guys share. Make sure you guys like us and all that good stuff. I'm gonna get my ugly face out of there. My face is not ugly, but make sure y'all follow us and all that good stuff, and we'll come back with our men happier with chubby women. We're about to talk about it. Stay tuned.
I've lived Connecticut, DC, North Carolina, Oregon, Washington. My number has always been 972.
Yep. Now, what part of North Carolina? Because it's only two parts.
I like Charlotte.
Well, I had to,
pretty
at the time I was flight attendant, so I had to be, close to the airport.
Greensboro.
No.
Greensboro's pretty too.
It's pretty.
Just to pass through.
Well, no, it's pretty. It's green, and you got 4 colleges there, so it's a college town. So you got nice, young, critical thinkers.
Not all college students are critical thinkers.
You're not.
Well, you know what? But it's got.
Because Prairie View's a college town. You know damn well them niggas ain't critical thinkers.
If you take homecoming week and throw bleach balloons on people, you is not critical thinking.
Bleach balloons.
Yeah. Hey, can you hand me my drink?
Yes, sir.
Where was that when the bleach balloons?
I'm inside your door. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
I would go to class. My first year at Prairie I went to class every day with a coat on during homecoming.
Oh, God. I got
That's
energy
strawberry
and everything.
kiwi breeze, and I made sure there wasn't no banana in there.
I don't get, but banana don't do me right.
Really?
Really?
I can eat banana pudding. I can even eat like a half a banana, but I can't eat a whole one. They stink. They stink to me.
Well, does it only stink when you get halfway through the banana? Because you done ate half of it.
No, it stinks. I can only, because of the potassium, I know that I need it.
Yeah.
So I force myself to eat it. And so I try to ignore the smell as long as I can.
Do you know what makes me throw up? I mean, I gag with avocados.
What? Yes.
And I know you need them.
Me too,
I know you need them. And I go to Chipotle.
You put a little salt on it.
And
that's your first mistake.
Right.
Yeah, no, you don't know. Chipotle,
it's fast food, you know.
Chipotle,
so,
that's dog food.
Go to Freebirds. Do not go to Chipotle.
I don't like Freebirds.
And then I get the avocado, the avocado on the side. What's it called? Guacamole on the side. Oh my god.
I don't eat it
It's
no
got to
more.
be on the side.
What's salt on it?
I don't eat it no more.
But that Cobb salad though, but it's weird. But with a Cobb salad, when you have the avocado cut, I can eat that. But the guac, ooh.
Well, there's a lot of other things that make it guacamole, so I can see that. Because you got onions, you got tomatoes, you got cilantro. And cilantro,
I love cilantro. I put them in my turkey tacos. I love cilantro.
You messed up the whole word taco talking about
y'all
turkey.
need to come to City Hill because they got that taco place. What's it called?
Taco, you talking about
Fuzzy Tacos?
No, she's talking about the gas station.
Oh, Fuel City, yeah, they just
it's little though, Mo. It's little.
Small.
Well, we first of all we didn't want it there.
City Hill did not.
So then we,
yeah, it's tainted, ain't you? Y'all ain't gonna work. You ain't gonna have no mess.
My mama had a whole fit. She had a whole fit. Every time she exited off Joe Wizard, she had a whole fit. From the time she hit the light all the way to the house down the street. This gonna be hood. They just bringing all the hood. I said, Mama, you don't even know the people.
Yeah. Yeah, do.
But the
But
fact
them-
that it say Fuel City drive us crazy.
Yes.
But I'm gonna tell you, but you know, them white folks gonna get to some tacos.
True.
They gonna get to some tacos, man.
I know
But-
they talking about illegal immigrants. They don't want the illegal immigrants. They don't
They
want
gonna
the
eat their taco,
Mexicans.
though.
But they're gonna eat their taco. They're gonna do their taco
They
trucks.
still staying in them
They're
hotels
they're
and all
gonna
of that.
drink. They're gonna
Immigrant people.
drink the tequila. They're gonna go to the Mercado. They're gonna do everything. But they don't want them over there.
Stand by. But let me tell you,
But black folks too. Black folks just like that too.
now what I would be mad at if what they built in City Hill, I'd be mad if they start building up more hotels around that few.
Well,
They
you gonna
are.
be mad? They
No,
got a
they
convention
are.
center coming.
My sister just
Oh,
texted
yeah?
me. They did a convention center and hotel.
What?
They already
Where
got
at?
hotels.
They
Well,
got
already.
Was it in Uptown or somewhere?
They gotta be uptown. I think that's what she said.
Lenny, are we live?
Yes.
Lenny said we
He
ain't
said
live
no.
yet.
Now
Well,
we're
we're
live.
live. Okay. All right, everybody, listen. This is your boy QA. Listen, I'm still here with the MTG crew again. 214-717-4827 is our hotline for the next hour. And our guest, Dre, is not here. We don't know what happened to Dre, so we guess we'll give him a call a little bit later, make sure he's good and stuff like that. And we're going to keep it pushing because we still got a whole lot of shit to talk about.
Oh my.
Yes, we do.
We got a whole lot to talk about. So
Yes.
that's what we do. We make sure that we got things done in advance and stuff. But why is you talking about me in my face?
No, I'm talking about ready.
It's better than behind your back though.
I'm talking.
Oh.
You
No, you know what?
I'm just saying.
So Shimmy, I know you knew, and I know you know Q from back in the day, but he gonna act brand new right now. But we'll talk about him bad to his face and behind his back. It don't matter.
And then we text him.
Yeah,
have
and we
to.
text him. We'll tell him the same thing.
Q, I think I just got a little bit more love for you,
Yes.
Q, because we don't have them conversations. We don't have to talk about each other.
That's
But
right.
see, you know what, Shimmy? Let me tell you. This man will.
Here we go.
You're not
I
going to
thought-
poison me against my friend now.
No. I'm just telling you the truths. The Lord loves the truths. So we'll
The
be
truths.
in a
But does he know?
yeah, you do. We'll be in a conversation, and he'll be like, "No, you're wrong," and then it takes Reggie to say, "You know, y'all both said the same thing," because he.
That's
if I
that
say it's
critical
red,
thinking.
ain't
They both
critical
have
thinking.
different
I say
critical
it's red,
minds.
he
So
gonna say it's burgundy.
Just like that red shirt he was
Oh my
supposed to wear.
God!
in the photo shoot.
I was so happy that you brought
Oh
it
my God! I can't never. I can't.
No, and then
God.
the first time we were supposed to wear pink for breast cancer awareness, he rolls up in a gray shirt. It's like, Q, what the hell? They had pink. It had pink
Let
on
me
the
tell you
shirt.
what happened.
See what
you
happened
spilled something on
was.
your shirt downstairs.
No. Actually, I was
I tried to help.
looking. I was looking for a pink shirt,
Couldn't
and
find
I couldn't find a
it.
pink
Dallas,
shirt.
Texas, the
Mhm.
ninth largest city in America, couldn't find a damn pink
No,
shirt.
but I wasn't gonna go out to the mall and stuff to
Couldn't
buy
go
no
to
pink
Walmart.
There's
shirt.
many men wearing girl clothes
But
now.
when-
There's plenty of pink shirts
I
in the
could.
men's
I
clothes.
went to the Walmart place, and I was trying to find me a breast cancer awareness shirt because
You
Ross
should
didn't
have
have
just went to
no
the
more.
women's section.
I did go to the women's section, but I was not gonna wear them shirts cut down here and showing my cleavage. I'm not gonna do that. That's why y'all like to wear y'all shirts and showing your cleavage, right?
I can't even ring the bell. I just turn it off.
I'm just saying, like, y'all know how y'all wear them
He
shirts
just
down
say
here.
He's showing his cleavage.
Well, I mean, that
I'm
was,
done.
you know,
Your
got my
taco meat
man
chest
breast.
hairs.
My
Just say
man
your
breast.
taco meat.
My
Just
man
don't
breast. I'm
worry.
showing my man cleavage. No,
just say your taco. Just
no,
say your taco
so,
meat.
yeah,
You ain't gonna-
because I really do got taco meat right there.
See,
You
look,
know,
I-
He just ruined the word taco. I was gonna go eat tacos when I left here. I don't even want tacos no more.
So, but anyway, then I ain't got no taco meat. Ain't no hair
You
on
just
my
said
body.
it.
Nappy.
You said it.
Into
Why is the taco
into
meat nappy?
so
That's why, because it looked like the taco meat. It's like balled up.
Yeah.
so
Chest hair.
anyway, let me talk to y'all since they ain't paying me no attention. What happens is that I went ahead and I got the closest that I could find to a breast
Great.
cancer shirt, and it had a breast cancer at the pink letters at the bottom, and it had the sign like that at the bottom. It had
It
it.
sound like what?
The
ribbon.
The
No.
ribbon. Let it go. Let it go.
How does, how,
Next.
I did that, boy. You can't tell me I
No,
ain't
you
do
didn't do
that.
that.
I didn't do that right. Oh.
No.
Pretty sure you didn't do that.
This
So
is not
anyway.
the business channel.
So
We can't edit that. and make it.
Wow.
and there you have it.
We
There
can't
you
edit
have
that. Like they do on Disney when they have
There
that
you
little
have it.
thing.
he
You
wrote
know
his
it
whole
is.
name. He
Yeah.
wrote his whole name as the breast cancer sign. All right.
So what happened was I just wore something breast cancer related while they all had on pink, and I got dogged.
Well, you always trying to be different anyway.
I don't know. Why can't I be different? Why can't I
What
be
did he tell
different?
us the other day? Wear blue jeans or something, and he gonna wear something else.
Mm-hmm.
But
Why can't I be different? Why I can't be great?
Because you the one that set the whole standard.
But
You tell us what to wear, and then you change your mind
Right.
last minute and don't tell nobody.
right,
And then, and I want y'all to be coordinated.
Color coordinated.
we got to be color
Right.
coordinated,
John
not him.
Witherspoon died, so
Right.
we ain't got to be coordinated no more.
you know what?
you
John
said-
Witherspoon ain't never been color coordinated,
Ever
especially on the
in his
Wayne
life.
show.
Make
Yeah,
him
you
rest
never
in
been.
paradise.
Yes, indeed.
And you know what? Cause what is y'all most favorite John Witherspoon saying?
Yickety.
God, dog. I forgot he did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the. Of course, I like the classic. Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
Macaroni.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Macaroni.
That's a good one.
I love
Macaroni.
John Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Come
Oh
on, Mo. I
man.
know you got some John Witherspoons. Y'all about the same age, Mo. Come on. Y'all got to be the
You
same
just
age.
punks. You sissified.
Yeah.
I don't get pussy whipped. I whip that pussy. Bang, 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 bang.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
Wow, yeah, that was from
Yeah.
Fridays too. From,
Yeah.
no, that's from next Friday.
Yep.
The second one, yeah.
I love.
Stanley. When he went to the bathroom, Stanley came out in the second. Yeah, I like that line too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love John Witherspoon. I did.
I like John Witherspoon because you know my favorite line is every time I come in the kitchen, you in the kitchen, in the goddamn refrigerator,
Eating
eating
up all the food, all the pig, all the collard greens, all the hog maws.
Oh my
I
goodness.
like
pig
pig
feet.
feet. No, I like something else, and I like pig feet. Yes, I mean, listen. Anyway, let's move on real quick. Okay, studies show at this moment that at least 50% of men prefer chubby women, and here are the reasons why. Reason number one, Mo,
Because we can cook.
there's more to love.
Okay.
I have to agree with that because, you know, we had this conversation all the time. There's nothing against that I have against anyone that's of a thin nature, but I like meat on my bones. I like to be able to grab, and I like to be able to cuff and all kind of stuff. I'm just saying, you know, I never really liked anyone that was too thin for me.
Okay.
Never, ever liked
Well,
that.
I mean, you ain't gonna do them brother gifts and start a fire.
Next, they tend to be sweeter. Is that true, Mo? Because your ass is
No.
not sweet.
No,
No,
it doesn't.
that's not true.
That's
It
not
doesn't.
true.
But when you're beautiful like I am and you got it going on like I am, well, hell, you're going to love me anyway. I'm just saying.
I mean,
Well, that is true.
I mean, the only thing about that statement was I hate when people say, "Well, you cute for a big girl."
Where does that come from?
I
mean,
don't
where does
know.
that come
I don't
from?
even know
I-
why people started.
But
this.
they say the same things for girls that are dark skinned. Oh,
Yeah.
you cute for a dark
Dark
girl.
skin girl. I
Really?
don't like
But,
that.
Wow.
but you only ooh, you only hear that here.
In the South.
You only hear that Louisiana, Texas.
Mm.
Because never when I lived in North Carolina or when I lived in New Jersey did anybody say, you know, you cute for a dark girl. You either
Wow.
pretty or you're not.
Either you're
Well, if
pretty
you
or you
live up
ain't.
north in Washington, Oregon area where I live, I mean, black women gonna have a man before
Always.
a white woman.
Really?
Ooh, New York,
All
Wow.
races.
New York, New Jersey, DC.
Anywhere up
The
north,
darker you
northern
are-
states, the better they love you.
Because like when I was at Prairie View and they were like, you know, she's cute for a dark girl. No, she's just pretty. And then when they said, oh, this girl, you know, she's bright, and I was like, well, it can't be the same girl I'm thinking of because she's dumb.
Mm.
And so they equate pretty with light, but on the East Coast we equate the darker you are, the more purer you are.
Mm.
The
And
darker
so-
the berry, the
Mm.
sweeter the juice. The
So-
darker the skin, the deeper the roots.
See, and so we're like, when we say, oh, that's very nice, because my mother, may she rest in peace, was very fair skinned, and she taught me. She's like, you do understand when you're growing up like this, looking like me, the first thing people ask you is,
What are you mixing?
Yeah, what are you?
and
Where you come from.
and they don't mean it as in, oh my gosh, what is your lineage? What they're trying to say is which person, your grandmother or great grandmother, was raped.
Right.
Wow.
So that's why when you see light skinned people on the East Coast, women, they got the blackest thing showing. My daddy's so black he could close his eyes and his mouth and blend in with the night.
I don't like
wow.
it. Next, I'm not doing it anymore.
But so what's the next reason?
Next reason says that there are foodies. Men love chowing down with their girls. That is true.
But the bad part about that is the fact that I'm just gonna continue to eat and eat and eat and feed you. I'm the one gaining weight and you ain't gaining nothing.
But let me say this though. But can I say this? But let me say this. Honestly speaking, me personally, this is not for everybody. If I'm digging you and you already thick, a little weight gain not gonna matter to me. So my thing is, it's like, if I'm with you and we kicking it, whatever case it is, as long as you let me, grab one of them rolls every now and then, I'm cool with it.
But my problem with it is, I'm a fat shamer, and I'm fat.
Really?
What?
Very much.
You have a lot of people like that, though.
Really?
And don't let them have
let me
weight
get
loss
a back.
surgery and they lose 2 pounds.
Which I haven't had.
God.
My thing is,
They always do that.
Stop walking around being 300, 400, 500 pounds, thinking that you do not have a health problem. You
That
see what I'm
is
saying?
true.
Well, I went to the doctor and the doctor said I'm healthy. No, the doctor's getting paid to tell you whatever. You see what I'm saying? And my thing is, yes, every woman is beautiful in her own right. So
Absolutely.
if you are 300 pounds and you have confidence out of this world, that's absolutely fine. Put some clothes around it, though.
That's true.
Stop thinking that there is not something wrong. Don't ignore the health side of it. And not saying that you have to care what other people think, but be more conscious of what you're wearing. Be more conscious of your health. Because my thing is, if you go get sick, you see what I'm saying? Who is really going to, this is your fault. There is something that you can do about it. Don't wait till you have a heart attack.
And that's another thing too I was going to say, because, speaking about, this subject, I'm amazed at that there are a lot of women who are overweight, but they eat as healthy. I mean, and I've seen it with my own.
Well, that's just a metabolism.
Hashimoto's.
I was about to say, what? Mom?
More black women have a thyroid condition called Hashimoto's.
Hashimoto's. Okay, that's what you said, right?
And we are never, ever diagnosed with it until it's very late.
Well, the part that pisses me off about it, I used to be 370 pounds. I lost all the weight so I wouldn't be diabetic. I got down to 107, then I became diabetic.
Really?
I was pissed off.
Because by the time she did lose the weight, the endocrinology system had couldn't have been reversed.
Right.
By the time she did do something about it, couldn't be reversed.
And that's why I said, hell, I should have just stayed fat.
But then again, you have to look at your family.
Yeah, it's a lot of
money. So if your grandmother, your mother, is I'm not saying it's over, but ooh-wee.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Next reason.
What's next reason?
They can cook better.
Of course.
When women have a few pounds more, they know good food.
What you think we've been doing?
Of course.
Next.
We're cooking.
Hey, my mom always said the way to a man's heart is through his stomach. And I'm tired. I done fed enough Negroes that they still trying to come back.
Next, their hugs are nicer.
I wouldn't know.
It's squishy.
Because I don't hug you.
Squishy.
We're
squishy.
I don't hug people.
I can't do
We
that.
are. Pillsbury Doughboy, no.
Let me tell you something. I don't mind being fluffy. Okay? Let me tell you why. Because you're in the bedroom. Squeeze that right there. Squeeze that right there.
Okay.
How soft is that?
That's soft.
When you roll up against me under the bed, you put that little arm right there.
I'm going to roll some up.
There you go. It's not a problem being fluffy. Okay? It ain't a problem.
So I want you to keep drilling that shit into her head. When we start taking pictures, we're not taking pictures neck up for more.
At all.
We ain't doing that.
We don't do it neck up. We can do it breast up.
No, we can't do it breast up because then mine take up all the camera. So no, we ain't doing that.
I mean, what we supposed to do, Mo, while y'all having breast up pictures?
Well, stand on a box. Hell, I don't know. So you get taller.
Next. Next.
So next reason?
They are funnier. That's true.
I'm very funny.
Yeah, that's true.
What happened with Monique, the comedian?
She's still funny. She's just silly.
She just got herself into a position to where it put her on the blacklist.
And I have not still received my email, Monique. I've been waiting for you to email me back.
She trying to sue Netflix. Yeah.
She is trying to sue Netflix.
I think what happened with Monique, and I was kind of pissed off at Monique too. Same with J Hood. I hate how Hollywood makes us no longer want to love ourselves the way we are. When they made it big. You see what I'm saying? No, you need to be this size. No, you need to be this size. And they didn't get that size for health reasons. They were just getting that size so they could continue to get the roles and continue to get the gigs. I think you can be. Yeah, I think you can. That's what she said. Yeah. Okay, we don't know what was said behind it though. Stop making us feel like we aren't funny the way we are.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. One of the best plus size women I've seen is Lizzo. Lizzo.
Oh, I love her.
Lizzo got some confidence.
Yes.
That. You know, because she always carried herself, before she did performances, she always carried herself with just air confidence about it.
I love her energy, and I mean her physical energy.
Right.
My fat ass have a problem getting out the bed. Okay?
She be up there.
Let alone do a jumping jack. Lizzo performing, you know,
but
she got to do it in some flat shoes.
How old is she?
But she performing. I mean, she's younger.
Yeah.
But even at Lizzo's age, I was that big at Lizzo's age, and I couldn't move like that. I only raced and moved fast for Little Debbie. Okay?
Damn.
Facts.
What's that song that girl was on Facebook? Drop it low.
Nah, I ain't dropping nothing.
Jesus. And she moving around.
Yeah.
Big girl. I mean, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Jesus.
Drop it low for Jesus. Oh, I'm going to send it to you.
Oh, man, press him. I don't want to see it.
Oh, you got to see it. Oh, you got to see that.
Yeah.
We're not going to.
I'm not dropping it low
to see it.
Because if I'm dropping it low, I'm sending it. And Jesus don't like that.
Not for the Father in heaven.
Oh, she dropped it low for Jesus.
Well, she meant Jesus. She didn't mean Jesus.
She said in the club, everybody want to show her love. And then she say something about, she's on the grind. And she still got everything on her mind. So people, I guess, basically, she said, don't judge me.
So we dropping it for Jesus.
We dropping it low for Jesus. She said she's dropping it low for Jesus, baby. I'm going I'm going to send it right on over the mo. I want you to look at it more because it's inspirational. I want you to look at it.
Send
it to her heart because it's
talking about my Lord and Savior like that. We are not talking about my Lord and Savior dropping it.
Say something just because that's your God. That don't mean it ain't her.
Okay. So what's the next reason, Q?
Next says curves.
Okay.
And no brakes.
That's
curves and no brakes.
I don't know.
It says buying them presents is easy.
What that mean?
It says buy them chocolate and you won't get it wrong.
Lies.
Wow. No.
Don't ever buy me chocolate. If you want these curves with no brakes, you better not buy me no chocolate.
That's wrong.
All of our listeners
know.
All my listeners know. You don't buy. You don't want two things. You buy me. You got to be in a what box or a what box?
A red box or a green box?
Green.
That's right. A Tiffany box or a Cartier red.
Yeah,
baby.
Tiffany blue. I'm sorry.
See, now you can get me with tacos and tequila.
No, baby, I can't no tacos.
Tacos and tequila. I'm just saying. Tacos and tequila.
You know what? I find this. Are you done with the reasons?
No, we have two more.
Two more. Go ahead and finish the two.
All right.
I got something to say.
No stupid diets ever. You don't need to feel bad when you want to eat that extra cake. Now that's condescending.
Very.
Yeah. I believe
so
that's
buying me
condescending.
chocolate.
But it is true though because if you think about it, curvy women don't make their men eat healthy sometimes, and we eat what we want. And so you don't have to worry about.
And that's a problem all within themselves.
You don't have to ever worry about going on no diets.
I got my cousin. She
okay. And what's the last reason?
Last one says less pressure for the guy to be fit. A lot of guys want to go to the gym and exercise. However, if you have a chubby lady, you don't have to worry about this problem.
No, I need you to be in the gym. I want us to walk down the street looking like a number 10, if that's what we're going to be.
No, it's, baby.
Did you just say that?
I did.
I had to get that.
Let me tell you something. Because even though we chubby women, we want to feel some rips. We like to feel rips and stuff.
I told you about that
and stuff. No, that's not true.
I was in the bed and I was sucking in my stomach because he was so cut.
Right.
You know what? What time is it?
Look, you know what? Before we go. No, we not. It's not time for the next.
Oh, we got 10 minutes. Yeah,
before
we got 10 minutes.
But I'm glad you brought this up. But I have to say this because I don't have a physical type. So there's no physical attributes that I'm attracted to. It's all mental.
You're sapiosexual.
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 Whatever.
I'm sapiosexual.
All in
like
words.
smart people.
Spell it.
SAPIO-DASHUAL.
The thing that I need everybody to understand is that your confidence as a woman will get you a long way.
In the business world.
Period.
And in the church world. And just period.
In the bedroom too.
Whoa.
So your confidence your confidence has to be there.
Right.
You can say, size, skin color, and all that stuff.
Right.
That's fine. But when you run across a real man is not going to be worried about what's, your physical features as much as he's worried about what's in between your ears.
Mm-hmm.
That's more important, and your confidence will make you sexier.
Very.
Mm-hmm.
So you ladies, you can say, we can go down this list and stuff, but if you're not happy with yourself and you're not exuding that confidence,
right,
you will not get guys, because you're gonna be looked over. You have to exude confidence, right, and that is the sexiest thing you can wear next to your smile.
Let me tell you something, and even in addition to that, your confidence will be more attractive if you keep your scissors closed.
What are scissors?
Keep your legs closed.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, listen to me. Now y'all say I'm crazy and retarded. Y'all know I'm retarded already, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
So if you give me the skins too quick, I don't want you.
Mm-hmm.
But not every man think like that either.
Because the thing is that if you give it to me that fast, you give it to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? I like wholesome. If you can give me a little wholesome, a little freak, I can take it.
How you want a wholesome woman and you out here, what you call her, the slut puppy?
Why is everybody calling me a slut puppy?
Because you are what you are. But I agree with you, and I hate that I agree with you. Can we write this down? On November 16th, 2019,
right.
I agree with him.
He won't wholesome and Mo agree.
When I tell guys, when I try to hook guys up, I was like, you know what you need to do? You need to look for a church girl, one of them plain Jane girls in the church. Because baby, once you show them some love, some attention, they're gonna freak you until the wheels.
Because they ain't got too many trying to freak them.
Right, and so you don't want that. Now you don't want the ones who coming in with the stockings matching the shoes and the nail. We don't want that, because all they after is deacon and D's.
Well, and D's, and I'm pretty sure she means a dick. So I'm just gonna say it because Mo's wholesome, so she's not gonna say that. I'm gonna say it. My thing is though, even plain Janes, like you said, I mean, they all got like you said, a freak side to them, but sometimes that's not the case. Some plain Janes are really plain Janes.
I'm speaking from a perspective. I'm super plain Jane.
No. I'm gonna speak on this one because look, y'all, and I know where Mo is going because it's the plain Jane church girls.
Nobody thinks they are.
Yeah, but they the biggest freaks.
They're the biggest freaks.
That's why they always say
ain't they loyal?
They loyal.
They loyal.
But they are the biggest.
Because they only get it once every 12 years.
I don't know, but when you
can't shake them.
But even with chubbier women, going back to the topic, that wasn't on there. I think that chubbier women are more loyal as well, because you do have those men that are fat shamers. You see what I'm saying? So our confidence a lot of times is not always there. Because I can admit, I've had my moments like, I'm too big, he ain't gonna like me. You see what I'm saying? But once we do get that one, we gonna hang on to him. He ain't gonna have to do nothing. Besides me. Now you gotta get up, cook, clean, do some other stuff yourself too. But chubbier women, that should have been number one on the list.
Should have been number one.
Yeah.
And another thing, real quick, we're gonna move on because we got about 8 minutes for break. Another thing we got, I want to talk about with that as well is that what I also noticed is with women who are thicker, I also noticed, Mo, that they have more, sometimes they feel like they have more to lose if they lose you. Because we in conversation. And I say that because and I'm saying that because I remember us coming up, and there are 3 ladies that come to mind. I would dare not call their names, but we all went to the cave. Reggie knows who I'm talking about. We all graduated together, and one of them, we know people dogged her out, and I used to come to her rescue all the time because I wasn't one of those kids, Mo, that scold. Now I could scold on you, and if y'all know what scolding is, that means that you're talking about people,
playing the dozens
type deal. You know, I scold on you
also known as
because
bullying.
I could. You know,
bullying.
That's bullying. I could do that because I could, but but only with people who could take it.
Right.
Not for people who like, oh my God, let me run across the hall. We had a girl, bless her heart, Caprice Flowers. Caprice had leukemia. You remember Reggie? And she had the wig on, and they used to run down the hall and pull her wig off. You know that kind of stuff. I was never one of those kind of kids. I wasn't a cruel child like that.
Actually, I got in trouble for that.
Do you?
Not for pulling the wig off, but one of the guys was running. He pulled the wig off, and I decked him.
Well, you should.
Yeah, you
I dropped
do
him,
that,
and
man.
then so I decked him, and then they was trying to suspend me, and coach was like, nah, you're not gonna suspend him.
Not for doing what's right.
And then and she was having a seizure one day, and I had to hold her while we both fell down the stairs. You know, and so stuff like that. You don't do people like that.
Right.
You know, I've never been that type of guy. But anyway, there was a couple of young ladies at the school, who we knew they were overweight. You knew them, everybody, because everybody knew who they were. There was one that you didn't bother because she kicked your butt.
Right.
There was one that you could mess with. The one in the middle was active. Real active in everything and could outdance any girl at the school. That's why they didn't mess with him. Now the other one, Shell, she was kind of in her shell. They dogged her out, talked about her, and I was like, bro, y'all stop that. Don't do her like that. So when she finally did get somebody, didn't nobody even know that she even had somebody.
Right.
Because her confidence probably was mashed in the damn ground somewhere. That she probably didn't even feel worthy enough to have somebody.
But you see how that's not really a fat thing? Because you gave me examples of 3 different overweight women, and they had 3 different perspectives.
Yeah.
So it's not an overweight thing. It's just where you are thing. Because you don't know what's going on at home. Right. Like me, I was 95 pounds in the 3rd grade. Me and Joyce Fuller.
I had you beat
you and Joyce. I'm so sick of you and Joyce all over.
Yeah, see, me and Joyce Fuller. But I didn't know I was overweight. I just know I had to stand in the back line with me and Joyce Fuller, but me and Joyce Fuller was, chopping it up, talking, girl, how you doing? Da-da-boo-doo-doo-doo.
You sound like my mom.
3rd grade. We just loved it. We had fun. I didn't know I was overweight because I have a crazy, crazy, crazy family that, they just weird. They're just weird.
We
they
went back
feed
and
you on
watched
charger plates.
We went back and watched home videos after I got out of college, and my mom was like, I didn't know you were that fat. And I was just like, well, you kept feeding me, so this is your fault.
Well, then, and then we're not even paying attention because you're young.
Because you're loved. But the thing is, when you are so loved, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Your family tends to, not really condone your overweightness, but just they love you so much that they don't pay attention to those kind of things. Because growing up in my family, I have 3 cousins that I'm really pretty close to, and we were all overweight growing up. You know what I'm saying? But our families loved us so much, and still do, by the way, that it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, and I feel for these kids I see in high school, and they're doing this, and I'm like, how is that even in your lexicon? They're talking about, okay, so I'm talking about that. They're like, well, yeah, but my father really isn't a Aryan Brotherhood. He was just like that, when he was in prison, so he could, so he wouldn't get beat up. I said, whoa, prison, Aryan Brotherhood, not in my lexicon. I was trying to figure out if I was gonna wear my pink corduroy skirt with my green turtleneck or my brown turtleneck with my gray, I mean, that's what I was doing in high school, overweight and all. But my brothers were so crazy that I studied ballet from age 6 to 17. So they had the recitals, bringing their friends. Hey! I was like, who is that out there? I'm on the stage, missing twirls and pirouettes and stuff. But that's how my family is. My cousin to this day, they're very nice. I love my male cousins. I do love them. But they always say, let somebody mess with you, we gone.
Oh yeah, all my cousins.
I got cousins who kind of like prison.
I got them. They don't mind.
I got a cousin who went for another cousin because he said he wasn't strong enough and it wasn't nothing but a 6-month thing. I got cousins that I thought them fools was really on vacation And they're like, yeah, he on vacation. I was like, damn, where do you work that you get all this vacation time? They busting out laughing. They're like, fool, that means he in jail.
Right at the jail.
I said, oh.
Right at the jail.
I said, well, why don't we send them a care package? I said, well, that's not what we do, baby. You know that money you be sending home? Yeah, the money goes on their books. I said, well, what books are they reading? I could send it to them.
I don't like them. I don't like them.
You should have heard my cousins.
I do not like her.
After we got them off the floor. and then they were all smoking, right? Yeah. And I was like, oh, let me take a picture. They said, no, dude, you don't take a picture of people smoking less. I said, what's going on here?
Okay, then, my favorite. You're not allowed to. None of my
you know what I'm saying? Mom will embarrass you no matter where you at. She will embarrass you. It's just, you know.
Putting on the books.
Listen, let's go to break. When we come back from break, we got a couple of more things we're gonna talk about. First off, we're gonna talk about the lady at Popeye's Chicken out there in the white neighborhood lost her job out here in Dallas, Texas, because she didn't have enough employees. And we're gonna also talk about how most women have a backup plan if they dump you fellas.
Oh no!
We'll be back. I don't know if we're gonna make that. I think we're gonna have to bring
we
that.
should talk that subject only.
Yeah.
When we come back. Just that one.
Yeah,
so not the Popeyes.
Not the Popeyes. We'll talk about Popeyes next week.
All right.
And Popeyes in at 240 milligrams of sodium alone.
Nasty.
So we're gonna listen to a new joint real quick by Missy Elliott and someone called Drip Demeanor. I love that song. And I decided to go old school. And we're gonna play Boyfriend Number 2 by Pleasure P. We'll be right back.
I thought you were gonna play Don't Make Me Over. We was gonna go old school. Don't make me over.
No, we listened to that shit twice already this year. Nope.
Twice a year.
Goodness.
And Shimmy love Whitney Houston.
Your birthday and one other time.
Yeah,
your birthday and one other time. That's
you know what? I'll play it for you for Christmas.
Now
you gonna play Whitney Houston, you gonna play Whitney Hutton. Remember Martin Brumman? Whitney Hutton.
So when is your birthday?
March 29th.
Okay, so March 29th we get.
Oh,
we get a
Landon, cut that up.
And then April.
Cut that up.
And my birthday 15th we get one. So we're gonna have two.
I have Whitney Houston concerts all the time in my car.
Oh my goodness.
Your
Where
birthday's in what month?
Where do broken hearts go?
Now that song
February,
I skipped.
March, and April.
You wanna know why I skipped that song? Because they booed my girl at the award show. So I don't listen to that song.
We don't own any rights to the music that you guys may be joining with us. This is a new joint.
You know what,
by Missy Elliott.
Robin, old stanky butt, gonna write a book and stuff. Ain't no, everybody done ignored the fact that she had this woman around all these years. Why you have to keep trying to make yourself relevant?
But you know what? Don't you have girlfriends that you've had for years?
Absolutely. I ain't never thought about kissing on them.
No, I
ain't never thought about hugging on them. I mean, but you know. I ain't thought about that. None of that.
I got girlfriends though who I've been around. You know, we just, yeah.
I have 6 best friends. One of them I've known since I was 5 years old. Mm-hmm. I ain't never thought about it. Not one time. I actually had a girl tell me on my Facebook page the other day, we was talking about same-sex stuff. Mm-hmm. And she said, well, these kids nowadays are different. When did you know you wanted to be a woman? When the Lord made me a woman. Or if we ain't even going religious, when science made me a woman. What do you mean?
Growing up, because I was playing on a merry-go-round, swings, in the creek, catching tadpoles, things like that. Nor did I say I want to be a boy or girl. You know, that never came in my thoughts because I was too busy playing. Monique, what do you want to do? I want to go play, Mama. Can I go play?
I always hated that word tomboy. Oh, I always hated that.
Well, I like tomboys.
I always put my...
But I mean, I'm just saying, even in just the aspect of the word. You see what I'm saying?
I had to put
she was such a tom. I don't like that.
That was a young lady at our school. I'm not gonna call her name because I think she tried to kill me. But she was so tomboyish, and she would come to the house. She was in front of us. She was, what is you got going on over there? Are you alright?
I'm good.
What's in there?
What's in this drink?
What? No, what's in there? That's what I'm talking about. What you got going on?
I'm good. I'm
you
good.
Ain't no,
you done mellowed out. Just kind of.
Wait a minute. This how you look.
And he grinning.
I'm good.
Just stuck.
I'm looking at it, you know. So anyway, and
where that water at? He need that water.
She would come down the hall, and she'd be walking down the hall, and I'd give her a hug, and she grabbed me, and she used to grab my booty. I'm like, wait a minute, girl, wait a minute. But I like that though. I like that because
when you come to women. But go ahead.
But I like it because
the basketball player?
Yes.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I like that though, you know, because it was just hot though. It was just hot. I mean,
this is my theory. Any man that I date, if you don't like me grabbing on your butt, we can't date.
Oh, I ain't care about that.
I'm one of them that we just sit at the house. You get up and go to the bathroom. I'm gonna say, or we out in public. I'm gonna do you like that real quick and walk off with my business. You got to be able to deal with that kind of stuff.
Let me tell you something. As much sexual harassment that I went through at Kimball High School. Oh, that was sexual harassment.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah, it was sexual harassment. You know, especially if you got a couple. You got a couple of teachers hitting you on your ass too. My seemed like my ass was just out there.
Teacher,
I
had a teacher grab my junk.
You have them like that. Which is what we should have talked. When we should have talked about is these guys. We was talking about the other day how you asked me why so many guys mess with these young girls and stuff like that. We should have talked about that because I can tell you, you know, when we was in high school, I don't know about y'all, but I had somebody that was grown that I was messing with at 16.
Well,
I know at 18.
Being that my mother's gonna watch this later, I plead the fifth. Oh, you a hoe.
Who was it?
Me?
Yeah!
Why don't be me?
All right, Pastor Wilson.
So I know what he said.
Oh,
I know the story.
And I was
Look, you hear me, Pastor Wilson?
But no, she wasn't holding no phone. She wouldn't be able to hold the phone. But I didn't know.
Any real woman wouldn't be able to hold.
But let me tell you, if
she sure would. My mama come over tomorrow. If you cook, I'm gonna tell all the secrets.
Stand by, y'all. I'm getting ready to come back. But here's the funny part. My freshman year at A&M, my TA for my engineering class, she was 28.
Shimmy. No, you good.
Lord.
We all get caught up.
Well, I'm gonna put this on everything. I don't know what they talking about. I wasn't even here. I wasn't here.
How old were y'all when y'all lost your virginity?
15. And let me tell you a little something about that.
No comment.
It's my sister's fault that my parents found out. She was getting in trouble, so she just ratted on everything.
Were you serious?
All right, y'all. Welcome back. And as always, y'all want to see what all the behind the scenes and the kerfuffle is when we come back. So while we're not so
kerfuffle. About that last.
I love kerfuffle. I love that word.
So if y'all ever want to see what's going on behind the scenes, make sure you check out our Facebook and YouTube and Periscope. That way you can see what's going on after in between the breaks and why we never come back on smoothly. So we're gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about now, Q.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to now talk about 50% of women.
50% of women.
50% of women have a backup just in case it doesn't work. And I am going to read to you the article that was provided for me. Let's see, where is it? Right here. It says here, and this is according to the NewYorkTimes.com. It says here, 50% of women in relationships have a backup partner just in case study finds. It says here that almost half of women have a backup plan in place in the event of separation from their partners, a study shows, according to the Daily Mail. This basically implies that a woman has another man in mind as her plan B in the event of breaking up. In fact, married men are more likely to have a second option in place compared to those in relationships. And it says here, but who could the fallback partner be? It says here, an old friend that has harbored feelings of a particular person, or it can be an ex-boyfriend, ex-husband, colleague, gym friend, and also prospective candidates can also include those that she confides in. So we got All right, so we got this thing going on. Is that true?
Yes.
Is that true?
I'm gonna tell you why it's true. I agree with that. Because in my past, not my current, love you. Anyway, in my past.
Yeah, clear that up, because I don't need no shit, mister.
Right.
You hear me?
Right.
No
in
shit.
my past, at times, you do keep those backups. Because a lot of times when you're younger, you have different options, and everybody has options. You know, when you're younger, men cheat. You know, even if they not cheating, they going out and they hanging out and all this kind of stuff, and then things come to light. Women too, it's the same. And it's naturally known for a woman to have built a nest somewhere else, while still having her nest.
Do you hear this?
And this is
it's true.
It coincides with that whole thing that I tell everybody, that women are in a relationship. Women are about 6 months ahead of men.
Very much.
Yeah.
Very much.
That's
so
true.
so she starts pulling away, and you finally catch up to where, and then she gone. It's like, what the hell just happened? I thought we was clicking, and then she gone. But I mean, this really does not surprise me. It does not surprise me at all, because women and men, I'm not gonna just put it on women, but women and men, they always like a safety net.
Right.
And so if you're insecure in your relationship, or you're insecure in yourself, you're going to seek out that safety net.
But the thing with that is, you're never going to get everything that you want in one person.
It's an 80-20 rule.
When you start getting that vibe and that sense of he's pulling away or she's pulling away, you know what I'm saying? You start, like Arvin just said on here, she said we don't start out that way.
Right.
It doesn't start out that way. You come into it, it's going to be me and you, but if you don't fully know this person's history, and I read another article that said, you know, it's not good to not know your partner's past. You know, not to say you want to know everything about their past, but you kind of want to know how they grew up. You know, how they grew up. You kind of want to know what some of their relationships were before. And if you don't have that background information, and your mate starts pulling away from you, or you know he starts being secretive, or she starts, you know what I'm saying, and they're not as open, you know, you do start looking for somebody that can fulfill those needs.
So this is the question I have been asking for years. Nobody seems to answer me, because I don't believe nobody pays me any attention.
Not really.
You're right.
Are we as humans made to be monogamous? I mean, I just, the reason why I'm saying this is not that I don't believe in a person being faithful. What I'm saying is that I believe that sex defies the laws of nature. We are people with feelings, emotions. We have all kinds of stuff going on or whatever. And I know when I first started having sex, I didn't know that at one point I'd like to be handcuffed. You know, I didn't know that I was gonna like things kind of choking me out a little bit. I didn't know that. I'm just being honest.
Right.
I didn't know that. Whatever, Mo. You know, I didn't know that.
He said choking me out and handcuffed.
You
don't know. Why don't you just go to DPD then?
See,
call Dallas Police Department.
Well, see, if you was here for the show with Candy J, if you was here, I got handcuffed, I got choked, I got it. It was great, and I loved it, and I was.
But it's not a choking. It's not like a choke.
It's not. I mean, you ain't gonna choke me to death, for God's sake. I mean, I'm just saying, it's just a little grip. You know, so there are different things that I didn't think that I would want to be, you know, or get into or whatever. But see, a lot of people, you know, I'm having an issue with monogamy is because of so much cheating. You got a lot of cheating. Is this person, you know, he don't love me no more. And now women, you know, for example, may have a plan B. Fellas, we don't really consider a plan B until we get a plan B. You know what I'm saying? Until it actually come along.
And you got women out there that only want to be the plan B.
Yeah, and you know, so I'm still kind of struggling with that. Maybe, you know, somebody that watch the show, you know, there may be a sex coach, sex therapist, you know, that can kind of help me understand.
I don't think there's a problem with having a plan B. Be safe about it.
Here's the other thing.
That's what I think.
There are only 3 animals that mate for life.
Ooh.
I'm not an animal. I'm a human.
No. We're technically animals.
Right.
No, not elephants. Doves.
Okay.
Yeah.
Praying mantis. Praying mantis only because they kill them.
Because they kill
Right.
Yeah. And then it's an eel also that the male gets consumed by the woman once they have intercourse.
There's another fish though, when they find their mate, they merge.
That's what I'm talking about. It's
Okay.
an eel. It's the male looks like a fish and the female looks like an eel, but when they mate, they merge
they're
together.
now part of each other forever.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, that's sweet.
That ain't sweet.
Those are the only
Occupy my
three
body
animals.
for the rest of my damn
Facts.
life. Get your ass
Get
on.
your demonic.
Only 3 animals.
Get your little demonic self on.
Take your
I do
ass
not
on.
want
I'm
to be
gonna
part
part
of
of
you
you
forever.
all my whole life. Hell to the no.
I think
Merge
that's
your
why I'm not a
ass over
mother.
there
I think that's
somewhere.
why I'm not a mother. Because I just don't want, for one, I don't want no baby daddy just for the rest of my, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't, I just, no. If we ain't together no more, you take all yours with you, I'm going to take all mine with me, and we ain't going to leave nothing behind.
So we have reached the end of our show today.
And to God be the glory. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah.
Listen, everybody, thank you so much for watching on today.
When I think of the goodness of Jesus and all He's done for me,
Thank you
He
guys
ended
so
this
much.
show today.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
I'm sick of it.
And I appreciate my co-host more than you guys know. Even Mo with her tardy, no going nowhere, having ass.
But I was on time
love
today.
Mo, and she was on time today. She was on time. Mark it down.
Uber,
She was on
thank you.
time. You know, my boy Hendrix, I appreciate you, bro. Callie was the bum, y'all. We had to jump on and tell y'all about it. Miss Sunshine, get some rest. I know you tired, girl. Can't wait to see you real soon because I need my ray of sunshine in the middle.
Aw,
She looking
so
for a new
sweet.
name, though. She put
Did you
that
see
out
what
there.
I said? I said, why don't you call yourself Water Lily?
No.
Let me tell you why I call her Water Lily.
Go on with your speech, because I'm done with this. What is water lily?
Water Lily is because she always claims to be wet and lilies fall apart.
Wet fall apart. So that's what the hell you doing, thing? How many more minutes we got here?
So we come to the part where we give our encouraging words. Before I do that, Miss Shim, I just want to say welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Here's your Master Dance t-shirt.
Yeah, it's
I
official.
got gifts. See, when men give you gifts, you still have to have a backup.
You're gonna have to wear it.
Yes.
But Q won't be wearing it when we wear it.
At
Yes, I
all.
will. I wear my shirt.
How much y'all want to bet he
wear our
don't wear
shirt.
this when we wear this?
Actually, me and Reggie wear our shirts more than you and Stephanie do.
Yeah, you do.
I see, told you. So let's give our encouraging words. Mo, no, actually, let Miss Shimmy 2.0 give her encouraging words, and then we go to you, Reggie, and
I
myself.
was thinking about encouraging words last night, and I had it all in place.
You did.
I did,
And
but
where's it now?
today I don't know
It's
nothing
still over
encouraging to say. I guess what I can say this week. Oh, what can I say this week? I just gotta keep living with my motto: live out loud and live on purpose.
Live out loud and live on purpose.
I like
Okay.
that.
Okay,
I
go
like
ahead.
that.
To be real. Yeah, y'all gotta start liking yourselves before y'all trying to love somebody else.
I
That's
like
true,
that.
Mo.
Like that.
I like that. I like
Please like yourself, because Mo ain't gonna like you if you don't like yourself.
Sure enough, I ain't.
Hell, Mo ain't gonna like you half the time no way, so it really don't matter.
It don't matter.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's not a good scale of reference.
Oh my gosh, that would really hurt my feelings
Not you.
if I
Yeah,
had
that's
some.
your
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on,
So-
wait before you go. What you put on this shirt?
What you mean by put on it?
It smells masculine.
It's just I just washed it and hung it up.
You
This
sure
has
you
been
ain't
hanging
no
on my
cologne on it?
No, I just.
I can't go home
it
smelling
must-
like another
it
man.
must- when I put cologne on earlier, I folded it, so you may have cologne
Okay.
on the shirt when I folded
Y'all
it.
inbox Q later and ask him what this is, because that's the only way you're going to get a date with me, okay?
Ooh.
That's actually it's old school Burberry. That's one of my favorite colognes ever.
Burberry.
Burberry. I
Okay.
love it. Bro, what you got?
Okay, don't apologize for being you.
That's right.
Don't apologize.
As long as you're
Ever.
not hurting anybody, you're not causing anybody any harm. Be you, do you, and be proud about it. So I got a lot of people that have been kind of down in the dumps lately, and
Right.
just like don't apologize for being you. Oh,
Right.
I'm 35 and I'm single. Don't nobody want
Enjoy
me.
that. I went to the
girl,
movie last night by
please.
myself. Enjoy that.
Girl,
Enjoy it. Enjoy
ladies,
being single by
fellas.
yourself.
And then I got friends that have been married, remarried, married, divorced, remarried, divorced, and remarried. Then I got friends that knew each other for 6 months before they got married. They've been together like 15 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Wow.
don't, again, do you, Be happy. I got my boy O. He just got engaged, so we're gonna be celebrating that.
For real?
Yeah.
Congrats.
My boy
Oh, congratulations, man.
Yeah,
That's what's
so
up.
he got engaged while we was in Cali.
Okay.
So got another wedding to go to.
He did it right though. He didn't do it on a holiday. Y'all stop proposing to these women on holidays. They expect that. Give me the ring when you pick me up from work. Okay. You don't have to
The
make a
element of
whole big,
surprise.
yeah. Just when you do it at holiday time and you're in a relationship, that's what women are expecting. Especially if you've been in a long term.
Y'all, but fellas, you gotta pay attention to this shit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm telling you, pick me up from work and say, as soon as I get in the car, you gonna marry me or no? That's it. Don't be trying to get the whole family involved and all that kind of. No, do it when I get out the shower. Okay.
Arbor said we need to do an after show after the show. You know, we might have to work on that. Probably have to work on that. We get tired of talking after 2 hours.
Not on beauty shop day though.
Not on beauty shop day. Now listen, everybody. Again, catch us right here next week on next Saturday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. We're going to be here with another fire show for y'all. Listen, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Periscope. Make sure you visit our website, mashgas.com, all that good shit. And if I had to give y'all some encouraging words on today, my words to you would be, do us a favor and please put on some deodorant because you stink.
You is.
And with that said,
good night.
We out.
That's the benediction.
I'm just
Alright,
saying.
y'all.
It is. That's all.
Alright, so we'll holler at y'all later.
Bye.
You stink.
Bye.
Let me tell you why.
I'm mad at you.
Because let me tell you why. People, I was on my way up here. All right, everybody.
This the after show. What is that?
What song is that?
No, I'm talking about what was this?
Open Hanson.
I don't know what that means. I don't know.
Okay. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in a minute. Make sure you guys catch our watch party later on this evening. You make sure you guys show Miss Shimmy some love that she is here.
Facebook, Instagram.
Hey, Keisha Masters, y'all all coming in and we can get ready to go. Make sure you catch the live show, the live watch party later on this evening. And also make sure, if you want to, as many times as you want, share this broadcast. We'll see y'all again. So thanks so much. Peace out.